Google just revealed its 8th generation TPU, and the twist is simple. It's not just one chip, it's two. TPU 8T is built for training huge AI models. TPU 8i is built for running those models fast for real users at massive scale. One chip builds the brain, the other keeps the brain responding. That split says something huge. AI has become too demanding for one chip to be perfect at everything. So, did Google just reveal the future of AI hardware? Why TPUs different? A GPU was born for graphics. Later, its parallel power became perfect for deep learning. A TPU was built from the start for machine learning. Its main job is tensor math, the giant matrix calculations behind neural networks. GPUs are flexible. TPUs are focused, and when the workload fits, that focus becomes a serious advantage. Training is the heavy industrial side of AI. You feed the model oceans of data, update billions of parameters, and keep thousands of chips working non-stop. Google says the TPU 8T superpod can connect 9600 chips with over 2 petabytes of shared memory and deliver 121 exaflops of compute. That's not just a cluster, that's an AI factory. TPU 8T adds native FP4 support for efficient math. Google paired it with Vargo for faster chip-to-chip movement and Axion, its own ARM-based CPU, as the host processor. Google is not only building a chip, it is building a full machine around it: silicon, CPU, networking, cloud, software, and the models themselves. If this brings frontier model training from months down to weeks, Gemini upgrades and AI products could move much faster. Now let's talk about TPU 8i. This chip is built for inference. The moment when the model actually answers you, in the age of AI agents, inference is no longer simple. An agent might read a file, call a tool, check results, rewrite a plan, search again, and keep reasoning. Every delay stacks up. Google gave TPU 8i 384 MB of on-chip SRAM, 3 times more than before. This helps keep more of the KV cache close to the compute units. In simple words, less reaching into slower memory, smoother long conversations, and faster multi-step tasks. Google also added a collectives acceleration engine for inference communication, then introduced BoardFly, a network layout built to reduce how far data travels between chips. Less waiting, shorter paths, faster responses. This is exactly what AI agents need. The bigger battle. Here's where the comment section gets interesting. Some people will say Nvidia still has the better GPUs, and in many cases that may be true. But Google is not trying to win only by having the strongest single chip on paper. Google is playing a system game. It owns the TPU, Google Cloud, Gemini, networking, Axion CPUs, and the AI Hypercomputer platform. That means Google can optimize the whole stack, not just one part of it. The winning question may not be who has the fastest chip. It may be who can deliver useful computers at the lowest cost with the best efficiency at the biggest scale. That's where Google's strategy becomes dangerous. What this means? GPUs are not going away. Nvidia is still a giant, and the software ecosystem is massive. But Google's new TPU strategy proves AI hardware is changing. Training needs throughput, inference needs low latency, and agents needs memory, speed, and fast chip-to-chip communication. The future may belong to companies that design the entire stack around the AI they want to run. That's why Google's new TPU matters. It's not just a faster chip, it's a signal that the AI race is moving from model size to infrastructure power. Comment below, can Google's TPU seriously challenge Nvidia, or is Nvidia still too far ahead? And if you want more breakdowns like this, subscribe to our channel.